at it again, and I've got this clip of Tucker Carlson at the Hyatt Hotel in Australia. He recently took a trip to Australia and was speaking there, and a woke reporter started asking him some questions. And man, is it glorious to listen to this guy absolutely embarrass this woke reporter. It's honestly incredible. Like my jaw dropped the first time I heard this reporter ask the questions to Tucker because they just make absolutely no sense. Think about the wokest reporter that you've heard here in America and times it by 2. Like, this is bad. This is real bad. All right. But with that being said, let's dive in.
So much for your address today. So you talked a little bit about immigration, and in the past you've talked about how white Australians, Americans, Europeans are being replaced by non-white immigrants in what is often referred to as the Great Replacement Theory. This is the same.
Have I said that whites are being replaced?
Well,
I don't think I said that.
Well, it's been mentioned on your show 4,000 times. And
really, when did I say that?
On your show.
I said whites are being replaced?
You have said that before.
Really?
Yeah.
I would challenge you to cite that because I'm pretty sure I haven't said that. I said native-born Americans are being replaced, including blacks.
Native-born Americans.
Native-born Americans.
And
Americans who, like black Americans, have been African Americans, have been in the United States for, in many cases, their families over 400 years, and their concerns are every bit as real and valid and alive to me as the concerns of white people whose families have been there 400 years. So I've never said that whites are being replaced. Not one time, and you can't cite it.
Untrue.
So we just met, but when our relationship starts with a lie, it makes it tough to be friends. So
you've been lying
let's
about
pull
my
that back.
press
I'm
gallery
happy to
colleagues all
explain what I
morning
do
as well,
think.
so,
Well, you actually can't say it because I didn't say it, and I don't believe it, and I'm telling you that to your face. So why don't you just accept me at face value? My concern is that the people who are born in the country are the main responsibility of its leaders, and as noted earlier, when those leaders shift their concern from the people whose responsibility it is to take care of to people around the world to put their priorities above that of their own citizens, that's immoral. And they are being replaced in my country, people who are born in the United States, and the birth rate tells the whole story. They are not at replacement rate. And so the U.S. population is growing because we're importing people from other countries. And my view is that happy people have children, and a functioning economy allows them to do that. And we don't have that. And so you need to fix the economy and fix the culture and make it so that people who want to have kids can. You don't just go for the quick sugar fix of importing new people.
That's facts. And, Chuck Schumer, as a matter of fact, I want to see if I can find that clip really quickly because this is actually perfect. Chuck Schumer actually said something along those lines recently when he was trying to drum up support for allowing these illegals to become legal citizens. Oh, crap. Chuck Schumer is such a joke. Like when he posted this photo, I'm sure you guys saw this viral photo right here with these raw burgers that he's just slapped some cheese on. That grill doesn't even look hot. Like what? Gotta be an absolute joke. And this is supposed to be the leader of the Senate. My goodness. Oh my God. Oh, let me see if I can find it. I hope I can. Cause it's actually great. It's actually fantastic. I think this is it. Right here. Check out this clip.
Now more than ever, we're short of workers. We have a population that is not reproducing it on its own with the same level that it used to. The only way we're going to have a great future in America is if we welcome and embrace immigrants, the dreamers, and all of them, because our ultimate goal is to help the dreamers, but get a path to citizenship for all 11 million or however many undocumented there are here.
Yeah. Great speech, Chuck. Great speech. When you could just fix the problem so that the population that's already here actually feels confident enough to reproduce. You just throw a Band-Aid on it, right? And just import new people instead of actually fixing the problem. Nice try, Chuck. I just wanted to show y'all that clip because it's like, this is perfect. Because Chuck Schumer literally said the exact same thing that Tucker is accusing them of trying to do. Said it right there out in the open. But let's continue.
And make it so that people who want to have kids can. You don't just go for the quick sugar fix of importing new people. Like, that's my position. And if you think that's racist, that's your problem.
I never called you a racist.
But of course you are suggesting, and
Well,
I must say, one of the reasons people don't like people like you in the media is that you never say exactly what you mean. Your slurs are all by implication, and you're about to tell me the great replacement theory is racist or anti-Semitic, whatever. I've said what I've said to you right now like 100 times in public. I hope to, if I live long enough, say it 100 more times. I think it's completely honest and real, not racist or scary. It's factually true. It's not a theory, it's a fact. And the whole point of your question was to be like, you're a scary racist.
Well, I haven't
And
actually
my
finished my
response is, no,
question.
I'm not. Okay, well, how about no more lying in your questions, and then I'll answer it.
Okay. Well, this is the same theory, or as you say, idea, that has inspired the New York Buffalo shooting where 11 black Americans were killed.
On.
2
You know
white
what I mean?
Americans were killed.
Like,
And it's also inspired...
it's not, first of all...
It's inspired one of the worst Australian guns
How do
of
they
all
get
time
people
to
this
shoot
stupid in the media? I guess it doesn't pay well. Look, I'm sorry. I've lived among people like you for too long, and I don't mean to call you stupid. Maybe you're just pretending to be, but I'm totally against violence. I'm totally against the war in Ukraine, for example, which doubtless you support. And like all dutiful liberals, support more carnage. I don't. I hate mass shootings, actually. Nothing I said, what does it mean to inspire something? My views are not bigoted against any group. They're honest. They're factual. That's not hate. That's reality. And my views derive from my deep concern for Americans, actually. Americans aren't having kids because they can't afford to. And nobody in charge cares. And so that's my position. That doesn't inspire mass shootings. How dare you try to tie me to some lunatic who murdered people? How dare you, actually?
I love the fact that he said that there at the end. Like, how dare you try to tie me to that? How dare you say that that's my fault? How dare you say something like that? I've never once, advocated for these folks. I've never once endorsed or said that I enjoy this type of stuff. Not once. Not one single time. As a matter of fact, I'm completely against the loss of life. As a matter of fact, I'm against these wars that are going on that you probably support. And that's also like the crazy thing. Oh, well, you inspired these mass killings. Oh, well, you're cheering for one. As if these wars that are going on in a different country just don't exist because they aren't happening to your own family. I guarantee you, if those folks that are fighting in these wars in Russia and Ukraine, if those folks were that lady's brother, father, right, uncle, cousin, she'd have a different tune. But these people on the left, they support stuff like that, but then they accuse Republicans of being the ones who promote violence. Like, how does that like match up? Trump said, "I just want people to stop dying," and that is the most perfect statement that I could have ever heard in terms of that whole situation. I just want people to stop dying, whether you like the person or not. That's somebody's son. Period, point blank. That is somebody's child. Okay? Like, so this whole talk, oh, well, it's Republicans' fault because y'all like violence, and yet you're clapping for a war to continue. I just don't get these folks, man. It just doesn't make any sense. I don't want any wars. As a matter of fact, and this is probably why I could never become president, but I think if there's ever going to be a war, then the leaders of the country fight. Nobody should be losing their lives for some other folks. That's just the way that I see it, right? Maybe y'all see it a different way, but like, if Joe Biden wants to fight against Russia, well, hey, Joe Biden, you go fight Putin. Or if Joe Biden wants to fight, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a country. If Joe Biden wanted to fight Canada, right? Joe Biden saying, oh, we don't like Canada. Canada's doing this, and this. All right, well, Joe Biden, you go fight Justin Trudeau. Let the leaders of the country fight it out. Why should everybody else have to lose their life? Maybe there's a legitimate reason, okay? I'm not saying I'm not prideful for where I live or want to stand up for where I live, but it's just gotten ridiculous at this point. In my humble opinion, it's gotten quite ridiculous. But what do y'all think? Maybe I'm wrong. Talk to me.
And in fact, I mean, do you know what I mean? I'd be like, Hitler wore those shoes. A lot of people are saying that you're like Hitler. Can you explain those shoes? Hitler wore exactly the same shoes, and you're like, I've got nothing to do with Hitler. Well, that's how I feel about your absurd, disingenuous question.
Right, so therefore you support gun control?
What? I thought it couldn't get dumber, but it did. No, I don't support disarming law-abiding people so they can't defend themselves. So the government has a monopoly on violence? I don't think so. First of all, in my country, that's illegal, as you know. But moreover, it should be illegal in every country. A sovereign person has the right to defend himself and his family. Period. And that said, I'm totally opposed to harming anyone. Have you been calling? Are you concerned about the war in Ukraine and the countless innocents being murdered there every single day? I doubt you are. Probably Putin bad. I am. I'm a Christian. I hate violence. I hate mass shootings. I have guns at home and often on my person when I'm in the United States, I'm proud to say, because I want to defend myself and those I love against violence. That's the point. I'm not perpetrating crimes. I'm not shooting strangers. I'm defending what I love. And if you're against that, I guess I would ask why. Why would you be against that?
Well, so you don't think you harbor any kind of responsibility for these hate crimes?
I'm sorry. I'm trying to be charitable.
I told you. It gets real bad.
I'm trying to be charitable. I was like, maybe you're just pretending to be dumb. Now I don't think it's an act.
Tucker, thank you for taking those questions. I'm sure you enjoyed some
Actually, I
questions from
loved
the
it.
press.
I just feel sorry. I mean, because I got here and the country's so unbelievably beautiful and the people are so cheerful and funny and cool and smart. I'm like, your media's got to be better than ours. It can't just be a bunch of castrated robots reading questions from the boss. And then it turns out it's exactly the same, maybe even a tiny bit dumber.
Definitely worse. Bro, it's like she didn't even hear anything he was saying. It was just, well, I have my script. I need to read off my script. And I can't deviate from that at all. This is the script, and this is what I read. Bro, that is just mind-numbing, yo. The types of folks that we walk this earth with, sometimes it's a little scary, isn't it? Like, we share this planet with that young lady. Goodness gracious. Like, you just can't pick that up. And you can tell Tucker was trying to be nice. Like, he called her, dumb or whatever, and he apologized immediately after because I think he thought about, all right, well, that's a little bit rude. Maybe she's just following along with the script a little bit here, and she'll correct it here shortly. Once she realizes, okay, well, he's not taking the bait. But then she just kept going. It was like, I thought you were acting. But now I'm definitely positive you aren't. Bro. And he tried to be nice. Like, that's the thing. Like, he tried to be nice. Like, he apologized after he was rude. I was like, all right, well, let me relax a little bit. Let me give her another shot. I'm going to continue to answer the question. I'm not just going to blow her off. And she just kept going. Oh, my goodness. Wow. That's also a thing that I think Trump should also bring up. The loss of life under Joe Biden's administration. Just the sheer loss of life with the, the wars that are going on under his leadership. Since they want to point the finger at Republicans and blame us for any mass tragedy that happens, even though they happen all the time in Chirac, because I believe to have it be a technical mass tragedy, it has to be 3 or more, if I remember the number correctly. And yeah, that happens quite a bit in Chirac, but it's never talked about because it'd be pretty hard to blame Republicans for that one. So they only pick and choose. They pick and choose, which situations that they throw that label on. But boy, when they do, they just continue at it. It's absolutely insane. But as always, y'all let me know what you thought about it in the comment section. Let me know if you agree with me, if you disagree with me, if you think the leaders of each country fighting would be a great idea, bad idea, absolutely stupid. You think I'm an idiot for even suggesting it? Hey, you can't offend me. Trust me. you can't. Okay. So let me know in the comment section. I'm just I'm where Trump is. You know, I just want to see people stop dying. I don't think there's any need for it, personally. But as always, y'all stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.